Thank you, Dr. Jellett, for the warm introduction. Welcome, everyone, to Source. My name is Julia da Silva Bihari, and I'm a doctoral candidate in business administration at the University of Maryland Global Campus. I hope that everyone is delighted as I am today. Today, I will discuss the management problem, research question, literature landscape, theoretical lens and framework, method, prisma, analysis and synthesis process, key findings, conceptual model, implication for practice, limitations of the study, and areas for future research. Also, resourceful materials such as references are included in this presentation. The management problem is a result of the following. U.S. workplaces are experiencing high employee turnover of working women with young children. Working women with young children of generational differences desire work-life balance. Based on CMO framework, the research question for the dissertation was, what are the effects of flexible work arrangement on employee retention of working women with young children in the U.S.? The CMO framework context is working women with young children. Intervention is flexible work arrangements. Mechanism is evaluation of flexible work arrangements. And outcome is sustainable employee retention. Was used in this dissertation to test the research question. Scope in the literature review, it has been discovered that in the US workforce, flexibility preference has been increasing rapidly for working parents, mainly working women with young children in the US entering the workforce. The literature for this dissertation also revealed that employee turnover, employee retention as employees voluntarily left the organization, the situation become a problem in this regard well-being intertwined with work-life balance, whereby employees desire to retain healthy and happy with work and personal lives to achieve their work-life balance. Generation X and Millennium value flexible work arrangements in the work environment more than previous generations. Retention and recruitment efforts do not always match the values of the employees. Social identity theory is used in this dissertation, and it indicates that there are evolved societal and cultural practices between men and women in the workforce based on the expectations of gender roles shaped by society's cultural values, which are shaped by norms, morals, and various other constraints. Systematic review was used to examine the evidence for the credibility of the rigor and transparency for this dissertation. It was essential to use 7 steps to conduct the systematic review of this dissertation. These steps included developing the research question, utilizing the search strategy, conducting a thorough search process, screening the results, quality assessment of the methodology, analyzing and synthesizing the findings, disseminating findings to answer the research question. My diagram shows the following of the potential evidence search from the initial step to the final study selection. UMGC1 search generated 326 articles. Boolean search ABI informed collection yielded 20 articles, and Scopus produced 11 articles, which consisted of 357 articles. After removing duplicates from the articles, the exclusion criteria eliminated 135 articles. The abstracts of the remaining results were reviewed, reducing the number of articles. Next, 45 full-text scholarly articles were evaluated for qualitative review and study relevance. 6 were excluded. Lastly, 39 articles passed the quality review. So those are the ones that were subjected to the analysis and synthesis for the dissertation. The coding process of this dissertation was accomplished using Atlas TI and involved the identification of level 1 coding, labeling frequently used words to develop themes, level 2 descriptive themes, combining the category of codes into the descriptive themes, level 3 analytical themes, analyzing the descriptive themes into the analytical themes. Flexible work arrangement can improve employee well-being and work-life balance to sustain employee retention of working women with young children in the US. Well-being and work-life balance reduce absenteeism and turnover, increase productivity, and enhance employee engagement and loyalty. Positive organizational culture cultivates collaboration, productivity, and employee satisfaction that promote well-being, work-life balance, and flexibility for working mothers with young children. Gendered retention outcome of workplaces using flexible work arrangements increase employee retention and close the gender gap of stereotypes. Framework in this figure assume that flexible work arrangements would mitigate employee turnover, lessen employees' intention to leave their jobs, and subsequently increase and sustain employee retention. This figure also shows that the conceptual framework independent variable was effects of flexible work arrangements, while the dependent variable was employee retention rates. Using social identity theory can guide business leaders or employers on how to increase and sustain employee retention of working women with young children in the US workforce. Flexible work arrangements improve employee well-being and work-life balance. Well-being and work-life balance reduce absenteeism and turnover, increase productivity, and enhance employee engagement and loyalty. Positive organizational culture cultivates collaboration, productivity, and employee satisfaction that promotes well-being, work-life balance, and flexibility among working mothers with young children. The study did have some limitations. The research only looked at working mothers with young children in the US. The research does not focus on specific flexible work arrangements of working mothers with young children in the gender stereotype societal cultures. This dissertation, written 4 years after COVID-19, significantly functioned as a catalyst and activated flexible work arrangements to become effective and successful. For future research, conduct extensive research on working mothers with young children in other North American countries and not only the US. Use primary and secondary data to research generational differences in the workforce. The research should focus on specific flexible work arrangements of working mothers with young children. Also, resourceful information such as references are included in this presentation. Source: students' opportunities to advance research and scholarship. Attention! Thank you. End of presentation. Questions? Feedback? Appreciated.